John Morant had an interview the other day with Jalen Rose where he's he's very apologetic, but I think now is they doing too much now. Like I gotta go to therapy. Therapy. I'm not crazy. I'm just a little immature. I ain't crazy. Like what the hell?
Yeah,
I
they
think
instead of surrounding him with the right people, they're gonna make him go to like a professional.
right. I'm like he don't
Sure,
need
I
a damn
know people out
psych
there
evaluator.
say that's what he needs. Fine, but he also needs to be surrounded with the right people. He needs to,
Right, and that's really it.
because as soon as you leave, it's like if I go to church and then the other 6 days of the week, like I'm out doing whatever. That one day a week with the professional is not going to change his life in the way that surrounding him with the right people will. People who, like, when you say, "Hey, let's go do this," they're like, "I don't want to do that.
Right.
I
Or
want to
you
go
don't
do."
need to be doing that.
Yeah, but like, well, not even that though. Like, I'm just saying, find people who don't want to do those things. Like, if you have any kind of problem, let's just say you have a problem with drinking Mountain Dew all the time, and you surround people yourself with people who are like, "Bro, Mountain Dew sucks." Like, what do you? And they, you know what I
Right.
mean?
But
Almost shame
that's
you out of
okay.
it.
You don't need to drink
Right?
that all.
Not people who say like, "I don't want to do it today." No, like people who are like, "Nah, I don't want to do that. That sounds boring. That sounds stupid. That sounds childish. That sounds whatever." Those are the people you surround yourself with, and that way they can almost shame you out of being who, in a sense, not shame, but like,
Yeah.
kind of make open your eyes to be like, no, we put away childish things. Like we move on with our lives. And I think that's what's going to be more important than a specialist. But we'll see. And then you had that club owner the other day release photos of him
I didn't
after.
like that either. Like, what are you trying to prove with that?
Right. If you're an NBA player, do you ever go to that guy's club ever again? Like, if he's knowing he's a snitch.
Now
Um,
he done lost a lot of money for
right.
nothing.
Well, I'll say that TMZ definitely paid him for those photos.
Yeah, yeah, but I mean, would you rather TMZ pay you that one time or you get
No, I
residual?
agree. I agree. And I'm saying, like, he got a lot up front, because he got Jaws money and then TMZ money. But so you better put that in the bank and invest it wisely, because you ain't
You
getting no
better
more.
save because that might be the last NBA player you ever get.
I think the only thing that meant something about that situation was the fact that, so Steve Adams is one of those guys who's been around the league in a while, and even though he's not playing all the minutes, he's still one of those voices in the team. So Steve Adams held a team meeting and said, "Hey, let's chill out. Let's not be doing all this extracurricular. Let's play basketball. Let's get back to playing basketball." And then 80 minutes later, John Morant was in the club doing that. And I think that's what it is. It's not so much that he was doing this, it's that it was kind of a slight to his team,
Yeah,
like,
I agree.
doing this. But at the same time, he's allowed to do that. It was a private, well, it wasn't a private room, but still, like, you wouldn't do that to anyone else. He wouldn't share you or my image at that. So that's something that he felt like he could have could have done and been fine. I don't think he knew it was going to be a public moment. So I don't fault him exactly for it. However, his team did ask him not to. And to that point, I find it a little disrespectful to his team. But I mean, yeah, it's not, you should, what a snitch, man. Like, who, that club owner, man, no one's going to go back to that guy.
Yeah, I agree.
If you're a
I agree.
basketball player, if you're anyone famous, like if you're famous, you don't want to go to that guy. It's a,
No, of
he's a
course not.
clown. Yeah.
Cause it like, and when it came out, I'm like, well, did he do something wrong? Like, why are you showing these pictures?
Right. It's
You
none of your
know,
business.
he's a male that wants to go see naked women. I mean, what's the problem here?
Well, at the end of the day, like, he's getting a lot of heat that, and TMZ gets this heat every couple years. I think they what well, I guess I'll say allegedly, but there were some companies that put out, I'm not gonna say who, but some companies put out the Kobe Bryant photos way before his family even know all that stuff.
Yeah,
Like, those companies don't get enough heat enough times. You know what I mean? Like, this club owner is getting a lot of heat, and rightfully so. But also, like, TMZ, like, paying for this kind of stuff is like, I get it. They're all about the money and whatever, but like, they're not getting enough heat for this too. I just, it's so trashy to constantly just be. Um, I don't even know how they're around. Like, who even watches their stuff? I don't even, But apparently, a lot of people still are. It's like the Maury show, right? You just watch trash constantly, and so who
Yeah,
knows?
yeah. I just it's just a bad look, but hopefully he can get back on the court as fast as possible. They say he's supposed to come back Monday against the Mavs or something like that. So hopefully he can, and just keep your nose clean. Because at first it was like, all right, you doing too much, but now it's like the NBA doing too much. I gotta go see a psych evaluator. I gotta go to rehab.
This is the problem with the
I don't have a drug or alcohol problem.
the NBA has all these people who are not basketball fans coming in and saying how the NBA needs to be run. And they don't, and I understand, like, yes, it's good to have outside voices, whatever, but like, these people are not people who know the players. They don't know players of any sort. They're not around athletes. Like, athletes are a different mindset than a lot of other people. The same with soldiers are a different mindset than the rest of people. Like, I'm not going to go to the military and be like, hey, you guys need to do it this way and this way and this way. They're like, dude, these people are of a different mindset than you.
Yeah,
And so you have these people going and saying, Eric, Kyrie, you need to go apologize to all these people and then sit down with all these, this guy, this guy, and this guy. And it's like, that's not going to change his mind. And you know it. You're just doing, it's all these things that are going to be like you said earlier, clickbait. They're going to be great titles for their news headlines and also, but no, everyone knows these things aren't helping in the sense that just real life situations would help.
I agree.